right, well, turning now to Money Monday. We brought in some experts to share their top tips for investing in our children and helping them build a brighter financial future.
They're the co-founders of the Earn Your Leisure podcast, a business class mixed with pop culture that breaks down the backstories of entrepreneurs and the latest trends in finance. Joining us now is Troy Millings and Rashad Bilal. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Rashad, you two... Happy holidays. You two started by teaching elementary school students about finance. And now 3 years later, you're leaving your mark. You're interviewing Shaq and Mark Cuban on the secrets to their success. What inspired you to create this podcast that's sort of part classroom and part conversation? How did the reach and impact of these discussions really grow so fast?
Well, it's interesting that you say classroom because that's actually where it started for us, in the classroom. Troy was a teacher, and I was starting my career as a financial advisor. So you talk about financial literacy, it's a perfect combination. He actually brought me into his classroom and we began a curriculum teaching 14-year-olds on financial literacy. So he taught me how to teach and I taught him some things about finance and we combined it. And, you know, we were taping the classrooms and actually put it on social media. And it began to get a lot of traffic on social media. People were really excited about the different lessons that we were giving out, from credit to stocks. And that led to, you know, people asking about a podcast. And I think it was just perfect timing. We decided to start a podcast 3 years ago and nothing has been the same since.
Yeah, now we're on Money Mondays. Yeah, and as far as education, being in background in education over like 15 years, you realize the curriculum that's being taught. And very quickly, I saw that financial literacy wasn't part of it and had the opportunity, like you said, in the summer program to create something that would be worthwhile. It was the first time that our children were going to be coming in contact with money. So we wanted to teach them a couple of things about it, how to share it, how to invest it, and how to save it. Those core principles that we kind of missed during our adolescence years that affect us as adults. And we quickly realized that as kids needed it, their parents needed it as well. And so that led us here.
Yeah, you guys, I love what you were doing here. And I feel like, Rashad, you mentioned the right timing. I feel like we've seen so much about financial literacy and generational wealth, especially in the last couple of years. Troy, you guys have some tips for us to help invest and build wealth for our children. You say the first step is to create a custodial account for your child. How can we do that? And explain why it helps.
Yeah, so a custodial account is something that you can invest in for your children, whether it's in stocks, bonds, or even indexes. And so it's something that kids can have long term. And it kind of teaches a couple of lessons. It kind of teaches delayed gratification, whereas I invest in something now and I could benefit from it later. So as we're investing as adults, right, we see things that we have, especially products like Apple and companies like Microsoft. We can also create an account for our kids and they can't reach it until they're maybe 18 years old. And so you figure if somebody invests in something that's 7 for their child, by the time they reach 16, 17, 18, that stock or that company has appreciated in value, and now a kid has money or asset that they can have for the future, whether it's for college or for his car or anything that they want to do in their later teenage years.
Amazing to think how that kind of an investment can really grow over the course of a childhood. Rashad, you know, you say another integral step is to buy a whole life insurance policy for your child. Explain to us what really that is and how it can help.
Yes, well, whole life insurance is a life insurance policy that lasts your whole life, hence the name. It also builds cash value over the course of time. So a lot of adults are familiar with it, but a lot of people don't think that, you know, you can actually buy it for a child, and you can. And I like to say it's actually like leaving a legacy before the child hasn't even a chance to build a legacy for their own. So you can buy a whole life policy for a 1-year-old, let's say, and the benefit with that is that premiums are extremely low. Because, you know, the child is a newborn, so it goes by mortality table. So you're paying the price of a 1-year-old, and you can set it up where you're only paying it for 20 years, let's say. So you have a whole life policy, you pay it off in 20 years. Now, when the child becomes an adult, you can gift that to them, and they can start off life with not only a death benefit, but money that has built up over the course of years. So you are providing a legacy for their children's children, and then also you're giving them a head start because the policy has cash value. So there's a variety of different ways how you can save for your child. As Troy just said, you have the 529. You can set up a Roth IRA when the child turns working age, but the life insurance is something that, you know, you can set up early, and it's something that they can have for the rest of their life.
Legacy, legacy, legacy. I know that Jay-Z talked about legacy. And Troy, you say to build a business for your child, raise them to be entrepreneurs. What are some examples of businesses that we can help them build in order to do that? And what do you think about, you know, we were raised, go to college, do that. That's what's going to help you. But building a business, that gives you another option.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of times we get paid to do chores, and that really just teaches us how to be employees. But if we teach them how to be entrepreneurs, that's something that they can last for a lifetime, right? And so one of the things we've done with the young people in our neighborhood is we bought a vending machine business. And so it's something that nobody ever thinks of that is a profit gauger, but it's like, all right, well, everybody uses it every day. We just have to find the right locations. And so we did. We found community centers, we find schools. People frequent those every single day. What they learn, though, is how to create a business, how to create profit margins, how to take inventory, how to take analytics, right? And those things can last a lifetime, right? We start with the vending machine business, but it can go into any other business, those primary skills.
This is really incredible, guys. And I mean, when we talk about the massive wealth gap, especially for Black Americans, this is such useful information for kids to learn at a young age, but for adults of any age. So thank you guys for what you are doing and for being here with us.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you. Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays to you both, Troy and Rashad. And be sure to check out the Earn You Leisure podcast, the Earn Your Leisure podcast.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.